How to reduce business risk. So I love this conversation. And again, I have navigated this waters being an entrepreneur now for decades. There's three things that I want to share with you about reducing the business risk as you go into business, or if you're already in business. And even if you're a more mature business owner, there are some absolute tips that I'm going to share with you at the end you have to have. And you are crazy to not have them. And the costly errors without them could be in the millions. So the three things we're going to talk about is creating a comprehensive business plan in 4 hours or less. I know how to do it. We know how exact structure to help you get that done so you get the clarity that you need. Number two, the components of the business plan that are necessary, whether you're going to raise capital or not, is that a decision? Is in addition to that plan, who is your team? What are the systems you're using? Because that has a massive amount to do with the risk you're about to go take, becoming an entrepreneur. And I'm not scaring you from being an entrepreneur. That's why I call my small businesses cash machines. I want you up, running cash machines. Think fast cash. You want to make money every day, because most small businesses fail because they're living in the theory of the 60s and 70s and 80s, which don't exist today in 2023 when we're filming this recording. Number three, the mistakes that I see in business plans all the time. And the number one, I'm going to call it a trillionaire mistake, that unless you do this one thing, the chances of succeeding are limited. All right. So ready, let's go. So how do you craft a comprehensive business plan in 4 hours or less? Well, you do one thing. You pick up this device right here and you record. So you start talking. Now, I actually have a 4-hour business plan where I talk to you in 4 hours and walk you through every component. And the one thing I'm going to tell you is you need to free think it. You need to be on whiteboards, not sitting typing, because then all you're going to do if you're sitting and typing is you're going to correct your grammar. You're going to go back and say, that's not how I wanted to say that sentence. And that's what I call, writer's cramps, where you just, you can't keep writing because you're not free thinking it. I also encourage you hugely to get a team around you. You say, well, I don't have a team. Well, get one. Who else is in your space? Who else are your competitors? Who's your mentor? Who's your coach? Who's helping you guide into the industry that you want to be in? Because being out there by yourself, starting with an absolute blank slate, is ridiculous. I call it R&D. I want everybody to R&D as fast as you can. Replicate and duplicate other people's success. So in a 4-hour business plan, you're going to talk it as quickly as you can. I also have an entire worksheet that goes with my 4-hour transcription, and you're going to fill in the blanks. What's your values? What's your mission? What's your exit? What's your strategy? What are your tactics? What's your marketing plan? What's your sales plan? Who's your management team? Like, we're going to move through it very quickly. When you don't know something, here's my highest advice. Just in red, put don't know, come back to it. Because some things might have to be detailed more thoroughly than what you know today, but just free think 4 hours and get a plan done so you at least have some skeleton document to work with about what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve. The biggest thing with the business is, what's the problem you're solving? Is the problem big enough? The problem I solve, and I have solved since 1996 when I jumped from Chevron to join the Rich Dad Poor Dad team and then joined and started my own work, is I want to solve the conversation about money. All right, and it's been a mission of my whole life. You need to understand the conversation with money. And most of you, you're not scared of money. You don't have mindset issues with money. You have a lack of knowledge about money, and you have a lack of knowledge about business, because business is one of the greatest assets you'll ever own. Now, number two, what are the components of a great business plan? So the components of a business plan, right? I mentioned a little bit ago, but let's put them in a little clearer order. Values. What is the values of who you are and what this company is going to be doing? What are the mission? What's the problem it's solving? What's the definition of that? What's the description of the problem you're wanting to solve? Then you move into strategies and tactics. Like, if you had 4 things that are going to solve this problem, what are they? What are those revenue models? What's going into that funnel? What are the prices of that funnel? And as you stop back there and go, oh my gosh, there's a lot to a business plan. There is. And if you show up to my Millionaire Intensive, I'm going to give you 2 tickets. Click on the link below. I'm going to walk you through how to get those funnels up, how to get that pricing up, and get that component of your strategies and tactics built. You can do that easily inside the intensive and at least get the framework for it. And as you move into it, then how are you going to market? How are you going to get leads? Now we're in a very, very digital marketing age, as many of you know. I built most of my companies running around the world on live stages, right? I physically ran worlds, continent to continent, and that's how I generated leads. So I did that from cash flow games all the way up into 2020, March 7th, when I landed home. And then we took this all online. So digital marketing, and how are you going to market to get your leads? What's your sales system to follow up? Who's the management team that's going to help you? One of the biggest things we do at Integrated Wealth Systems in the company that I have for you is help help you build a team and a system. The reason why most of your businesses aren't working is you yourself are doing too many tasks. If you think about a business, let's go a different direction and talk about just the departments of a business, right? So you got to market in order and sequence. What do you have to do first? Go out and get focus groups, test the market. Is the problem big enough for you to solve, and can you solve it? So first you find marketing, then you actually have to sell the client, then you have to do the accounting on the money you brought in, then you fulfill the thing you sold. Most of you do this wrong. You start fulfillment at the marketing level and you wonder why you don't get sales, which means you don't even need to hire a bookkeeper because you don't have any money to count. That was funny, by the way, and you should be laughing because most of you hire bookkeepers over hiring marketers. You got the wrong sequence going from the beginning. You wonder why you're failing. Team and systems are critical. And then once you actually start fulfillment, you need customer service, the technology, and any other operational needs that are around it. So minimum, you've got 7 departments. How do you run as a solopreneur? You're insane. You're not good at all those things. I'm good at maybe 2 of those 7 things, and you hire the rest. And you say, well, I don't have the capital. Well, then again, click on the link below, get into our teams. We can help you get funding and financing and find capital easily. And I am the ultimate bootstrapper. I can start with nothing and make millions of dollars. And so could you if you actually got clear and did a 4-hour business plan to reduce all your business risk. Make sure you grab the link below. It'll take you to a page of my 4-hour business plan. You do have to grab it and get it and pay for it. But you know what? It's going to be one of the clearest 4-hour business plans you're ever going to get done. It gives you enough for an operational business plan. And if you wanted to go raise capital with it, you're going to have to move up to a whole nother level of building a PPM and a prospectus around it as well. And those are the people you hire. You usually hire analysts to do that kind of work for you. But for you and just your, say, family office, you could easily get a 4-hour plan done. So before I go to the third and most critical piece that so many people miss regularly and annually, I want you to subscribe to my channel, be here 5 days a week, click that notification button, and don't just get notified on your little phone. Watch the video and then go to your journal. And if you don't have your journal with you, then record to yourself quick voice text to say, hey, here's what I learned today. Here's what I'm going to do today. So keep track of what you're learning. You're going to be surprised over the course of a year of being on this channel every day, 5 days a week, how much you're going to change in the conversation with money. And at some point, your pain's going to be great enough that you're going to say, all right, I'm going to hire you as a mentor. So let's go to number 3. What is the number one thing I see with businesses that don't make it is they will not pay the money to get a proper mentor who's already walked the path. I'm a multimillionaire in 8 industries, about to be 9. That'll happen in 2024 in the cannabis space. It kind of already has, but I'm not going to count it because it's not in the bank, right? It's blue sky. Blue sky means you have the potential of it. Just because I have the licenses doesn't mean I have that million in my net worth statement. I'm really rigorous when I say a millionaire. Assets minus liability is net worth. So when I say a millionaire, I'm not talking I made $1 million in 8 industries. It's a net worth millionaire in 8 industries going on 9. The fact that you will walk through a business or wealth building without a mentor or coach, I can't imagine. I mean, you've hired coaches, you hire nutrition coaches at Weight Watchers and Nutrisystems. You do all this crazy stuff with your money. When are you going to spend money on you and your knowledge being an entrepreneur and a wealth builder? And I cannot tell you, not having mentors guide me since I was 17 years old, I spend money every year. Next year, I'm going back to one of my greatest mentors for one task, and I'm going to spend $18,888, probably closer to 20, 25 with travel. Bring a team in for one very clear objective. Can't imagine living without them. They avoid costly errors. They open up their Rolodex, and most of them that are really good have a great Rolodex and a real one. Not just, oh, I happen to know their name and number. I want to know their name and number. They're going to get on a phone call with you. So again, mentors are for 3 reasons. Open up that Rolodex, avoid costly errors, and speed up my timeline to efficiency and cash flow and revenue. So that's what we do for you. And again, this is the strategy link to work with us directly is below. This might have felt like a little bit of a pitch video. It's not at all. I'm just telling you, if you are walking through this life in a recession, like interest rates at the highest, inflation, and you're doing it alone, that is the highest risk you could take just getting out of bed in the morning. You got to have teams that are side by side and above you that you can lean on and count on for some great insights. Make sure you take advantage of our Millionaire Intensive, get a strategy session, get the business plan, and let us help you make $100,000 in 365 days. It's not difficult. It's just different. And what you do every day for most of you is you're busy. You're not efficient. You're not effective. You just keep cycling the same inherited behaviors and you wonder why things aren't changing. If you have any questions, go to askloral.com, ask a question, make a request. And really, if you want to come live and have a quick little mini makeover gap analysis with me on Ask Loral, become a member, and we'll be right there answering your questions. Talk to you tomorrow.